Jesus, look at this little thing. Is that a Nano?
Yeah, it's a Nano with this little microphone.
That's scary, man.
It's awesome to look at.
Can I put these like this?
Yeah.
Please.
It makes me look more important than I really am.
You're like a politician.
Oh wow, there's actual tape in there. It's moving. Yeah, no, it's awesome. Will you guys introduce yourself to me so I know who I'm talking to because it's better?
I'm Lindsay Dreyer from What Paint.
You guys are crazy, man. Awesome.
Crazy about you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Tanya from Glass Magazine.
Awesome. Hi.
Sophia Paul from SFS.
Awesome.
Bilal Mia from Poptima.
Very cool. Nice to meet you.
I'm Keith. I'm also from Poptima. We're attacking each other.
That's awesome.
Emma Loggins, Spam Bolt.
Awesome. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, baby. There you go. What's up, man? Good, brother. You want a seat, dude?
I would love to see it, yeah.
Go for
I
it.
missed you in the video line, so.
Sit down, man. So what's up, guys?
Alright, I'll ask the first one. We're all kind of buddies over here. Okay,
You guys actually like each other?
as close as you know. But the question is, this season has been really dynamic for Damon as far as being a lot more vulnerable. And in the season finale, with Stefan having departed,
Right.
how is Damon going to kind of assess his role in this season 3? Is he going to still be, I mean, obviously still going to be protective of Elena, but how is his role going to change? Because usually Damon's there to kind of, not Damon, sorry, Stefan's kind of there to be the knight.
Yeah, honestly.
So is Damon still going to be just the bad boy? Or is he
Well-
going to try to be the anti-hero this season?
I mean, honestly, I would love, it's a show, it's a series of a television show, and these characters evolve. I would obviously rather just remain the badass dude who gets all the great lines and rips everybody's heads off and shit. That's what I would prefer. I know it sounds a little sadistic, but it makes for a better character. But I don't think that's the way life is. And Kevin Williamson basically sat me down and just said, just shut up and listen. Because life is not one-dimensional. We change. And I don't think Damon, it's that push-pull. He's fighting against what he truly is. And that's what makes the push-pull, that's what makes the story dynamic. He is an anti-hero. He doesn't know how to do all this stuff. And I think he's gonna have some trials and tribulations. And ultimately, I don't think he's not happy with the way things turned out. He tried for 2 seasons to get his brother to do what he wanted him to do, which was be what he is. Just eat and destroy everything in their paths. And then, so he tried that for 2 seasons, man, and now Stefan's running around with a guy that Damon hates, tried to kill him. And he's effectively left him in this town with this girl that's 150 years younger than he is, that he's in love with, that he can't have because she doesn't want him, A, and B, it's his brother's girl. And he's just sitting there, and he's thinking to himself, this sucks. But he's going to rise to the occasion, I think. And he's going to have fun, This is the guy who will have the same grin on his face if he was ripping your head off or saving a kitten. You know what I mean? Seriously, he feels the same way about both things.
Can you talk about the kiss? How exactly do you interpret Elena's motivation there? Was she feeling bad for Damon? Was there friendship?
Probably.
More than that?
I mean, people think, I keep hearing this passionate kiss, and it's, guys,
It's a peck.
well, I don't know if anyone saw, but he was also pale white, sweating profusely, and bleeding. It wasn't anything very passionate about, you know what I mean? I don't know how much I would read into that, although I do know that he remembers it. And actually in this episode coming up, he makes a mention of it, kind of joking, kind of jabbing at her, but illustrating that he definitely remembers it, and it didn't go unnoticed. And I think that she gets things from Damon that she doesn't get from Stefan. I mean, they jab at each other, they have this fun banter, he makes her smile, ultimately, even though he killed her brother and he basically destroyed her life in many ways. But that's where I think he is. I think that he's not happy about this situation. but he loves and has to protect this girl. And, you know, he knows his brother did all this shit to save him. He did. You know, Stefan's now an indentured servant. For who knows how long. Whether it's a decade or a millennia, who knows.
There's a lot of fans that want to see you and Bonnie together because of the books.
Bonnie's hot.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that? Would you like to see that?
Sleeping with a witch would probably be pretty interesting. You know what I mean? Bad thoughts. Go away. You know, I hear that and I understand that, and I think Damon and Bonnie really are kind of in ways cut from a very similar cloth. They have a great. Kat and I have, you know, Damon and Bonnie have a really cool dynamic. They're pretty funny together. I remember shooting that scene where they're dancing together, you know, and I saw that scene and I said, wow, man, that really works. Look at these two. Completely wouldn't, you know, I know in the books that happens. It's that thing where, you know, you hate someone and then you fall for them. But Damon's so wrapped up in Elena, and, you know, I think the last thing that Damon would want is, can you imagine Jeremy coming after Damon, like, stay away from my girlfriend, like, banging on his chest, and Damon sitting there going, really? You know, we hooked up once, kid. It was fun. Leave me alone. But that, you know, who knows?
Speaking of Jeremy, one of the things that I think has been really great with his relationship with Damon is that he always kind of pushes him to kind of man up a bit. Are we going to see...
Who pushes Jeremy? Oh, he pushes Jeremy?
Damon pushes Jeremy a little bit sometimes to kind of man up in situations, because the season has kind of looked, or happenstance has put Damon and Jeremy kind of in the same situation. And
yeah.
I'm wondering, as a fan of their scenes, because they're great, are you going to be having more scenes Damon with Jeremy?
Probably, because now that Damon's sort of stuck in Mystic Falls, and you know, he is with Rick, with Alara, kind of beholden to look after them. I mean, he has to take care of his little ass, and that's again, it's like the last thing. That's the last thing he wants to do. But I think Jeremy could learn a lot from Damon that he really does not need to know. But I'm talking out of my ear because I have no idea what's going to happen. What do you need?
Oh no, she's talking.
Are you concerned that Damon has become too sympathetic with how you maintain the edge?
Well, that's the thing. He will not, you know, and that's what Kevin and I were talking about. This thing isn't rolling, actually. Should I make it, turn it on?
Here, rap again then.
There we go. Wait, sorry, what was the question? Oh, the edge. Yeah, you know what, by the way, man, he is that guy, it's that push-pull, it's the alcoholic in the bar, how difficult it is, where people need him to be this hero, but he ultimately is not going to know how. He's going to slip up all the time, he's going to accidentally kill people, or not accidentally kill people, and he's going to wallow in a little bit of, not guilt, but just like, why is this happening? And the way you keep it fresh is, you know, you have to weave the thread of life into this text, and you ultimately are pulling from your life, past, present, and future experiences. You know, from when I wrapped in mid-April until now, I am a completely different person. So are you. We have to strive to make every day cool or great, or just get through it, however it goes. So there's the edge, keeping it fresh and keeping it things in my life that I can actually put into the text. And, you know, it's the only way you're going to really, truly be able to live a moment is if it actually means something to you. If you just show up and say the words. And it's also, by the way, don't for a second think it's always like cotton candy. Sometimes it really hurts, and a lot of stuff that Damon goes through is super cathartic for me as an individual, and it's not always pretty. You know, it stirs up. You're basically muddying the water all the time. You're pulling from all these things in your life that are not necessarily good. It's basically like getting paid for therapy. Instead of going and sitting on someone's chair, tell me about, you know, how you feel. You're internally pulling all this stuff, and I work with this woman who's so profound in her work. Her name's Ivana Chubbuck. She's probably the most preeminent. She's, I would say, globally, probably the most famous acting coach walking the face of the planet. Still working, and the way she teaches and her ability to take from your life and, again, I know it sounds so sort of cliche, but weave it into the thread of the text, and it forms a cloak, and that's what you see. But underneath, man, you know, you don't see all the stitching and everything. What you see outside is what's presented to you and what's sort of real, and it's that real fabric. But man, it is not easy, and this woman knows more about more people in Hollywood than anyone, and really deep, profound, really fucked up stuff. And if you ever want an insight to this, she wrote a book. It's called The Power of the Actor. Read that book, and you'll go, oh, this is how this works. You know, when you look at someone like Jack Nicholson, and you see this twinkle in his eye, and you think, what is that guy thinking about? You wouldn't want to know. The most sadistic, weirdest stuff that actually are complete non sequiturs and have nothing to do with if you're doing a scene where you're actually, you know, where Damon's doing a scene where he's with Stefan, talking with Stefan. Stefan doesn't even exist. I don't even know who the hell Stefan is. It might be my mother. It could be my brother. It could be Kevin Williamson that I'm actually imagining in my head that I'm talking to about a specific scenario that has nothing to do with the scene in the Vampire Diaries. And that's when it becomes profound, because it actually means something to you. And again, it's not always fun. You know, it's sometimes brutal. And I'll walk upset and I'll cry for 10 minutes alone in my trailer, and I look at myself in the mirror and think, what the hell are you doing? Why are you crying in your trailer? Go have a coffee or something. But that's, for me, that's acting. I mean, that's you know, it's what I do every day. It's pretty weird.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Really appreciate it.
Seriously, thank you.